No doubt where the big game in Spain is this weekend at the Spanish capital, Atletico Madrid taking on Barcelona. Sid, let's start with Barca. It really is a roller coaster with them at the moment, isn't it? Struggled to win away against Leganés, but then a good victory at the Camp Nou. What's the real Barca? Are we starting to see where Griezmann can fit into this team?
Well, we're seeing where they want him to fit into the team, which is, of course, the only place that's really available in the forward line, which is on the left-hand side of the front three. But I still don't think it entirely convinces. Bear in mind that although he scored in midweek, he came on. He didn't start the game. Dembele started the game and then got injured. So that's why he had that opportunity. That his performances on that left-hand side of the front three haven't really convinced, except away at Eibar in I think, exceptional circumstances, because Eibar are a team that plays so high up the pitch that they give you space to run into. So he was presented with the kind of opportunities and the amount of space that he just doesn't normally get. So I don't think that's necessarily concluded at all just yet. And in terms of which is the real Barcelona, I think in a way the answer is in the way that you presented it. They play very well at the Camp Nou, having just played very badly away from home. And that is fundamentally where the divide lies at the moment. They've, generally speaking, played pretty well at home, but for the most part, they've been really, really poor on the road. They've lost 3 times already this season, which, of course, is more than as many as in the whole of last season and more than in the whole of the season before that, when they only lost once. And they just look, at least away from home, like a team that doesn't function, that doesn't have a clear idea, that doesn't have a sense of pattern to the way that it plays. But at home, if only because the players themselves raise the game, they still look half decent.
Meanwhile, Sid, at the start of the season, we were getting genuinely very excited about Atletico Madrid, weren't they? Had a great pre-season, beat all comers, scoring goals for fun, great to watch. That was very much a false dawn.
Yeah, I think it was. And look, in truth, and I think I too have to hold up my hands here, we perhaps allowed ourselves to be overexcited by the type of signings that they made, and maybe that blinded us to, yes, these are the signings they made, but it's in return for these other departures. And those other departures, of course, fundamentally meant pretty much half of the standard starting 11. 6 players departed, of which you would say 5 are almost guaranteed starters in any game, 6 in some games. And so you think, well, all right, so you've lost a whole load of players. But it is true that I think what happened was that the expectations were so low with their departures that we were then surprised how well they appeared to have moved in the transfer window. We thought, wow, this is really exciting. And also, as you rightly say, in the summer, they scored seven goals against Real Madrid in the US. And we all thought, this could be a very different Atletico Madrid, but a really, really exciting one. Of course, one of the problems is, and we've raised this question on the show lots and lots of times throughout the season, even at the very start when they were playing well, that question of, OK, they have these players, which in theory at least incline them towards doing something different. But do they truly believe in it? Does the manager truly believe in it? And can it really work? And I think actually what we've seen, certainly over the last month, is an Atletico Madrid side that are neither one thing nor the other. They're neither this big creative team that we thought they might be, because they're certainly not that. They've only scored 16 goals in La Liga. But nor are they defending the way that they once would. So now they go 1-0 up, and it used to be Atletico won't go 1-0 up. You know the game's over. Now they're going 1-0 up, and they're tending to draw 1-1.
That game on Sunday, then on Monday, it's the Ballon d'Or, the winner announced. And Sid, you don't need me to tell you that in Spain, they're obsessed by this award. Suggestions are, according to some leaks, that Lionel Messi's won it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say up front here, nobody's leaked this to me. I don't know if Lionel Messi's won it, but you're right. Everybody is assuming that he will. Look, I must admit, as you probably know, I'm slightly bored by the Ballon d'Or in terms of the furiousness, if you like, of the debates around it. I think if Messi wins it, that's absolutely fine. I think if Van Dijk was to win it, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, certainly the assumption in Spain is that Lionel Messi will win it for the 6th time.
Sticking my neck out, I don't think Dembele is going to win it. It was confirmed today that he's injured once again. Sid, this is a recurring issue of a man that Barca spent a lot of money on. Yeah, I mean, look, when Barcelona sold Neymar, I wrote a piece for ESPN saying that the best thing that Barcelona can do now is not do anything. You know, not allow that 220 million euros in their pocket to force them into signing. Not allow the desperation of losing Neymar to say, right, go and sign someone. But fundamentally, that's exactly what they did. They spent a total of nearly 300 million euros on Coutinho, who's now gone, and on Dembele, who, by the way, is in his 3rd season and has never really had consistency. In part, it's because performances haven't been good. In part, there's been this sense all the way through that he doesn't connect with the dressing room. But also, the way that you started this question with injuries, he's missed a third
the playing time that he's had at Barcelona. And look, whether that's his fault or whether it's a combination of factors, obviously he's the person who suffers the most. He's the person that has the worst time of it, and you do feel very, very sorry for him. But from Barcelona's structural point of view, of course, they have to come up with a solution. And I just wonder if the solution becomes that in the end, patience runs out and they look for a way out for him.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.